Welcome back to a new episode of Inbred Dad. Today's episode of Inbred Dad is Inbred Valentine's Day. So Jambalaya Luis Pumpernickel, that's his full name, wakes up and says, "Happy Inbred Valentine's Day, kids. I got you some flowers and chocolates. We don't celebrate on February 14th. We celebrate on October 14th. That's our Inbred Valentine's Day." Woo! Inbred Valentine's Day. Happy Inbred Valentine's Day. Today we'll take a history lesson of how inbreds coped through. Once upon a time, in the UK and in Scotland, where inbreds fought. It's not enough for them to be independent. They gotta get married and rub it in everybody's faces. So they started at this time on October 14th, after the 4th of October, they started legalizing inbred marriage across the UK. This terrified the French so much that we, the French, do not like inbred marriage. It messes up our love language. So they started chopping up some more Frenchmen heads. You know the story. And so the French settlers were still there at the time. They were October 4th. They already won the independence. But some more French settlers started coming over there and trying to multiply and stuff like that with the normal marriage. So they said, we, the French, do not like inbred marriage. They started chopping up some more French heads off, and they won the battle to the French. The inbreds won the battle. They won the war against the French because they were trying to say, we do not like inbreds. So long story short, this is the time where inbred marriage started becoming more normalized. So I'm gonna tell you, Peaches, your brother Jambalaya Jr., that's gonna be your future husband, and your sister Peaches is going to be your future wife. I think you found your future wife since the day you two were born. You made for each other. So I'm going to make a special occasion. I had $200,000 saved up for this special event. Been saving up for you two for 14 years. $200,000. We're going to take a trip to Nashville, Tennessee, and we're going to see if we get you two married. You're going to get married. You two inbreds are going to get married. We got to get down there really quick, though. Really quick. I think they're only going to legalize inbred marriage just for this one day to get you two inbreds married. And after 14 so we got to drive down there real quick. So we're here. Nashville, Tennessee. I'm sure they'll have no problem with a inbred couple like you get married. They love this holiday. Happy Inbred Valentine's Day, everyone. And they get a hotel. Well, before we get a hotel, we need to find if we can see if we can find one of those. Find if we can find a good church here. It's not really, find a good church in Nashville, Tennessee, right? Where, what I mean by a good church is a, church that us inbreds like to call one of those deceiver churches that will, get you two inbreds married real quick and we get out of here. It's not what you think. It's called that's why it's called a deceiver church, Nashville, Tennessee. They get inbred. So when we go to the church, they're saying, said, yeah, we got some two inbreds here. We got to get our fake IDs. I got fake IDs. Said, yeah, they're 18 years old. I'm happy for them. It's Inbred Valentine's Day. They're getting married on Inbred Valentine's Day. So the church says, well, you came to the right place. Nashville, Tennessee has a lot of deceiving churches out there. So So we get these two inbreds married, and we get them out the door, and so they said at a wedding, they said, dun, 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 dun. I don't know the wedding music, but I don't know what music, but. And then the two inbreds said first, well, for first inbred, we'd like to welcome Jambalaya Jr., 18 years old. Would you take Peaches to be your lawful wedding wife? Sadu. And Peaches, will you take Jambalaya Jr. to be your inbred husband until death do you part? And then they kicked down the door and said, stop the wedding, wait, hold on, these two are lovebirds, they're getting married. I'm proud of these inbreds. You lied to us. But I thought Nashville, Tennessee had a deceiving church. It wasn't by believing that we'd get these two inbreds married and we have a happy inbred wedding. No, you lied to us. These are fake. We did a background check, and they're not really 18 years old. They were born in they're not 18 years old. They're minors. They're 14 years old. 14, and there's nothing wrong with 14-year-olds getting married at this age. Just pretend we're in some kind of a third world country where people get married at a young age. Like I don't know, Saudi Arabia or something. Hold it right there. You need to leave right now. So kick him out of the church. Said, but I thought this church was a Bible believing we get these two inbreds married. You need to go. So they drive back and say, well, happy inbred Valentine's Day, everybody. Well, we're going to get you two married someday. 4 more years. You two inbreds are going to have a honeymoon, inbred honeymoon, and we're going to get you two inbreds married and happy. I got you there. You actually believed I would get on here and make a video out of a cartoon series of inbred dad just to have those two get married as an inbred family. You must be out of your mind. I almost had you there. They almost got married until they kicked on the door and said, stop the wedding. Well, happy October 14th, inbred Valentine's Day. Don't celebrate. Try celebrating this. You might get I don't think inbreds can walk and talk like that, but of course it's just a made up cartoon that came up. It doesn't exist. The cartoon doesn't exist. But then they go back home and they say, well, it's such a shame we couldn't get you two the inbreds married, but 4 more years and we'll be at it again. And you could carry on the next bloodline of the inbred pumpernickel family. You know, it's a type of bread, pumpernickel bread. That's why I called their last name the pumpernickel inbred family. That was my episode of Happy Inbred Valentine's Day. The Inbred Dad. It's just called Inbred Dad.